Hi guys, I'm Laura Vitale, and on this episode of Laura in the Garden, in the Backyard, whichever you want to call it, we're making these very viral. I've already made them a couple weeks ago for Instagram and TikTok, which you guys loved and went crazy for, but we are making what is being called the smash like taco burger. They're also being called quesadillas. It is what it is. You can call it whatever you want. I feel like it probably is just a taco or quesadilla and people are just trying to reinvent the wheel, but they're very good and they're very, very easy. The godfather of all godfathers is back there, just in case if you see him, he's right back there. And everybody's really ready for dinner. It's been a beautiful day and I want to encourage you to take your dinner outside, whether it's on the grill, on the griddle, or literally buy a $15 stove, like little burner, and just cook outside. Take advantage of these days because there are not very many. Okay, my Blackstone's ready. It's nice and hot. To my ground beef, I don't like ground beef any fattier than like 85%. I do like a 90 for this only because it doesn't make the tortilla as soggy, if you will. I'm going to divide this mixture into like 6 as equal as possible. And I try not to work this too much. You can see how I'm really doing my best not to work it too much. And then I salt and pepper it, and that's pretty much all that I do. You can do different seasoning on this if you want to, but really unnecessary in my opinion. Flip it over. And at this point, all I do is I don't want to compact the meat too much because that's what makes like a tough burger or a tough meatball or burger or whatever. I'm just kind of sort of rolling it into some balls here because it just makes them even. I got a salt flake in my eyeball. Salt flake in my eyeball. It just makes a much better burger. That looks good. Make them as even as possible. For this, I like to think about a 4-ounce amount is pretty great. Just because any bigger and then it's kind of hard to roll. Okay, these are ready. However, I want to tell you, before you even get these on the grill, get all of your other components ready. So your burger sauce, which I'll show you what I put in mine, and then your toppings. I like to just do standard, classic chopped onion, tomato, shredded lettuce situation, and some pickles, because these cook in minutes and you don't want these to sit while you prep everything else, if that makes any sense. So these are ready. I'm gonna go ahead and put them on the grill and then I'll show you everything else that's going to go along with them. All right, make sure you grease your flat top. And by the way, you don't have to have a flat top this big to make these. When I did my reels, I made them in just a little skillet. Give them a little bit of room because they'll need it. And you'll see what I mean. And then you're going to immediately take your tortilla. It can be corn or it can be flour. I'm doing flour. Plunk it on top. Like that. Then you're going to take some parchment paper and a heavy weight, okay, like this cast iron guy right here. That just keeps it from sticking. And you're going to flatten it out. Just like that. And if your burger is kind of uneven, you pick it up and you just shift it very slightly. Do it again. To make the sauce, it's really simple. This is really off to taste, but I like about a quarter of a cup of mayo. I like 2 tablespoons of ketchup. I like 1 tablespoon of dill pickle relish and 1 teaspoon of yellow mustard. I also like just a drizzle of that dill pickle juice. A couple dashes of Worcestershire. And this is totally like to taste, right? But this is just what I'm giving you my guide. And a little bit of salt and a little bit of pep. And you are just going to mix this around. And then, like I said, taste. You know, if you want it more ketchup-y, put more ketchup. If you want it less ketchup-y, add more mayo. This is a great one to have on hand because guess what? It tastes good on pretty much any sandwich if I'm being honest here. Taste? Yeah, perfect. Right on the money. That is delicious. And then I'm just going to go ahead and very, very quickly shred this bit of iceberg lettuce. I like it thin, thin, thin. And then I'm going to finally chop up some tomato and some onion. And that's pretty much all she wrote. We're going to go over there and flip our burgers real quick. Now, I like to cook them about 3/4 of the way on that side because that's the side that's gonna get crispy, and you need that side to develop that good crust. There we go. Some of them stick a little bit. There we go, that's a nice, that slid right off. And then at this point, you're gonna go ahead and add your slice of cheese. I do it on one side because it allows me to fold it over when I'm ready to serve. And I'm using Cooper Sharp just because it's nice. It melts easy. It's good on burgers, deli slice, which means some of the slices are just gonna be a disaster. And then I took my lid off in order for you guys to be able to see. So I just like to spray a little water around the edges. It just creates a little seam to help melt that cheese. When you take them off the grill, I kind of just take my spatula and just do it like that. So as they cool, they will start to take that shape, you know, which is nice. It's a little bit hot, which is nice because it makes it easier to eat. Oh, that one's stuck. There we go. When you fold them like that and you just give them a minute to cool, they're still hot, just so you know, it helps sort of hold that shape, which is so lovely. And now let me show you how I build mine. And you can build yours however your heart desires. I love these pickles. What is the shape of these? Let me see. I do like a double pickle because if you know me, you know I'm obsessed with dill pickles. These are called sliders, which I love. So you put some of that in there and you can just put whatever topping you want. I also really love jalapenos in here, like the pickled ones, you know. So good. A little bit of lettuce, just because I like it, you know? And then you take some of the sauce, which honestly, I hate to say like it makes it, but you would miss it if you didn't have it, type of thing. And then you know what I do. I gotta just smoosh it. I gotta smoosh it. I'm gonna eat over here in my own little corner. It's so sublime. Listen to the crunch. That is amazing. So good. Might I add, very versatile. You can do whatever kind of ground meat. You can do ground turkey, ground lamb, whatever tortilla. So simple. Take this as not even a recipe, but as a guide to help you have the most fun in a very easy way. LauraInTheKitchen.com for the written recipe. Hope you enjoyed spending time with me. Here's a bite for you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.